you currently live out here in India and you're looking to buy a premium electric scooter, well, you have to come across something like factor in something like the Ather 450X, because, well, currently that's one of the best in the business because it comprises a good mix of performance, dynamics, space, and most importantly, features and range. But there's a small catch with that regard because, well, earlier this year, the Indian government has reduced subsidies on electric two-wheelers down from 40% of the entire cost of the vehicle. It's reduced down to like 15%. So something like the Ather 450X will set you back by around 1,70,000 rupees. So not all that affordable. But to combat that, the company has just introduced a new variant of this electric scooter. Well, this is that variant. This is the new Ather 450S. Now, although the S is lacking in terms of a certain amount of features, like it doesn't have that intuitive TFT touchscreen as the X, well, it has a smaller battery pack as well. It comes with a 2.9 kilowatt-hour unit in comparison to the 3.7 kilowatt-hour unit of the X. We're not going to get into the nitty-gritties of the exact range at this point, but we are going to get a fair understanding of what this scooter has to offer. So without wasting any more time, let's get right to it. In terms of its design, there's nothing besides that tiny 450S badging on the front apron to distinguish the S from the existing Generation 3 450X model from afar. The S's body panels, the LED lights all around, the seat, mirrors, wheels, disc brakes, even the hybrid aluminum chassis, belt drive, suspension units, they're all the same components as on the X. Once you get up close to the scooter, that's the only time that you will be able to tell that it is the S with the new LCD screen and switchgear inside. The new joystick on the left hand side, which toggles through the options on the new LCD screen, and the conveniently located reverse and park assist button on the right hand side are new additions here. The new Deep View LCD screen, as Ather calls it, comes with an auto brightness feature which is very handy on the go, and on-screen layout which is well spread and informative. This includes the new digital winglets, which have their own visual functions while reversing, during battery regeneration, or while navigating. The scooter also comes with a 4G SIM, Bluetooth connectivity that connects the phone to your scooter and your headset. Then you have things like music control, call management, auto hold feature, which is great for when you stop on a slope, reverse or park assist. The 450S also features Ather's new fall safe safety tech, which switches off the scooter if it detects that you have had a fall while riding. And coasting regeneration feature, which also allows you to remove the regenerative braking, which functions on the lines of engine braking completely if you so choose to. So although it doesn't feature that vibrant 7-inch touchscreen of the 450X, well, the 450S still packs a decent amount of kit. You also get stuff like theft and tow alert, trip planner, geofencing, TPMS, ride data, and service bookings and more, all available through the refreshed app. Now, the latest bunch of Ather 450 scooters have always been about performance and build quality. And thankfully, although performance has taken a bit of a step back with the new S, build quality and fit and finish levels is, as you would expect, still high up there. The 450S gets the same PMSM motor as the 450X, but its max output is lower at 5.4 kilowatt and around 22 Nm compared to the same unit, which pushes out 6.4 kilowatt and 26 Nm in the 450X with a bigger 3.7 kilowatt-hour battery pack. The S also misses out on warp ride mode and has a top speed that's limited to 90 kmph, which is a bit of a downer for me. But then again, come to think of it, it does make sense overall, considering the fact that you'd want to have some juice left to get back from point B to point A without having to charge. Although the new 450S is almost 3.5 kg lighter than the existing 450X, it can barely be felt. The S is a highly agile and fun scooter to ride, but it still somehow lacks that heightened level of excitement as with the 450X. Now, Ather say that it takes the S 3.9 seconds to accelerate from 0 to 40 km per hour in comparison to the 3.3 seconds it takes for the older Generation 3 450X to get up to that speed. So the 450S doesn't have the biggest battery or the most power producing motor of it all, but then again, it does have a good mix, it has a good range, and yes, although it does lack that awesome warp ride mode, it does come with 3 other ride modes like Eco, Ride and Sport, which give you that flexibility to blend and get that right mix of power and frugality out of the scooters. As far as the battery is concerned, the smaller 2.9 kilowatt-hour battery pack on the S doesn't have that extensive range as it does with the 3.7 kilowatt hour unit of the 450X. But once the battery is down to around 13% SOC or state of charge, just like with the 450X, well, the S will also go into eco mode automatically in an effort to give you the most range possible. Now, although we're not going to be checking out the downright range or the overall range of the 2.9 kilowatt hour battery on the Ather 450S, well, we do have an idea of how fast it actually charges out here at one of the Ather grid chargers. So when we stopped around half an hour ago, it was the state of charge is around 10%, which equated to around 7 kilometers, give or take. And now half an hour later, well, it is showing around 50% of charge. So it has gone up by 40%, and we have a good 40 kilometers of runtime available at this moment in time. So not too bad. Ather Energy has also integrated this feature called Charging Optimization 2.0 into the new 450S. And what this new feature does is, if you were to keep your scooter plugged in and charging overnight, well, it will charge at its optimal speed up until 80%, after which it will gradually begin to charge all the way up to 100% only post 6 AM. So what this basically implies is that seldom does it really actually charge all the way up to 100%, and thanks to this thing we have called anxiety, well, the battery charge will hardly ever drop down to zero, and this overall does help preserve the charging cycle of your battery. Now, in addition to launching the new 450S variant from 1.3 to 1.43 lakh for the standard and pro models, well, Ather are also offering the new 450X with the new switchgear and 2.9 kWh battery pack of the S, but with the existing TFT display as a mix of both worlds kind of thing. So this new 2.9 kWh 450X variant will set you back by 1.38 to 1.53 lakh for the standard and pro models. And from what we understand right now, well, the pro models are those which will offer connectivity and navigational functions for some time. Now, to sum things up out here with the Ather 450S. Now, first of all, why does the scooter even exist? Now, Ather have come out and told us that there is one basic reason for that, because of the government subsidies, the reduction. So the 450X, well over 1.5 lakh. Well, this S version, it is under the 1.5 lakh bracket, 1,30,000 rupees starting off. There is a pro version, but we'll get to that bit later after we confirm the details on the day of the launch. A very good proposition, still a very sturdy proposition, and the best part of it is it still retains that core Ather Energy kind of mentality that we've come to learn and love about these scooters, because, well, it has the performance and it has the handling dynamics to really live up to expectations in this front. So very well done on this frontier, and if you have the money to buy this scooter, it does seem like a very good proposition at this price point.